So as you can tell by the fact that an episode went up last time, I did manage to get my footage back, which is great. Anyway, let's continue on. We're getting closer and closer. I can feel it. I can feel the ending coming. But I think there's one more chapter. So I think that we've got this, and then we have to go to another thing. It's going to be a while. Hopefully we can get it done soon. We're all loaded into Momose's car, and Shinjo told us that the routes to follow to get there without hitting any checkpoints.
Momose-san?
Where's Momose? Going back to Frisia. She said she's going to look at the case from another angle or something. I see. Shinjo was waiting for us in the living room. He stood somewhere where he could observe Serika. I suddenly felt the familiar smells of home and felt just a little better. Yeah, this place really is my home, isn't it? It'd only been a little while since I'd left to find Kurizu, but it felt like a long time ago. Did you make it here okay? Yeah. I nodded back, but it felt like the whole town was going crazy. As I crouched in the back seat, I would sometimes look up and peek out the window. It was bizarre how many people were there. The sun was only just starting to rise, but there were groups of people partying everywhere. Through the closed windows, I could hear irritating laughter. Everyone's excited. The whole department's deployed around the city to keep watch. Shinjo must have seen the look on my face. Are they all looking for me? No, they're not. He was about to shake his head, but... Sorry, honestly, there's a good chance they are. It's true the festival means there are more people outside than usual, but have you looked online? Oh no. I hadn't felt like it. There's a fake rumor going around that whoever catches you will get a reward. What? It can't be a reward? Of course, the police have made no such announcement. They actually came out and said that it was a fake, but there are a lot of groups of people out there looking for you anyway. Everyone knows it's fake. What? Shinjo looked at Serika with animosity in his eyes. That's what a festival on the internet is like. They don't care whether the information is right or wrong. Am I right, Takuru Miyashiro? For some reason, she seemed a little happy. She was right. That was the basic mechanism for internet festivals. Arimura, where are Kunosato and the others? I wanted to change the subject, so I asked about the people who weren't here. Kunosato on the first floor, she's looking at Sakuma's computer, though she doesn't expect to find much. The others? Arimura glanced at Serika before she spoke. I sent them to Yuki's room. I thought it wouldn't be a good idea for them to be close. Arimura didn't come out and say it, but I know that she meant close to Serika. Is Yuki, well, okay? Yeah, it's because of Yuto, I guess. She seems to think she has to be the big sister. Girls are strong when they get like that, you know? You should remember that. I see. Yui and Kurizu had been the same way. Whenever they had someone to protect, they were stronger than anything. Now, we just have to hope that Dad, Sakuma, isn't up to anything. You don't need to worry about that. Sakuma won't go after Arimura and Zoe until you and I are dealt with. You know. There was a challenge in Arimura's voice. Stop acting like you're a friend. It really pisses me off. She was clutching her hands into fists so tight that they turned white. Her lips were shaking a little. All trace of an expression vanished from Serika's face. It was impossible to see what she was feeling. And then the intercom rang. I looked and saw it was from the exam room on the first floor. It was probably Kunosato. I hit the answer button and put it on speaker. Miyashiro? Hi. Yeah? Besides the one in the exam room, was there any other computer Sakuma used? No, I don't think so. As far as I knew anyway. Dad, though I didn't want to call him that now, had hid everything from me. Hey, Inoue? Outside of this place, you don't know anywhere else Sakuma could be hiding, right? Yeah. Yeah? Serika answered Kunosato's question. During the hours which had waited for the police to leave Albadorm, Kunosato had peppered Serika with questions. Most of the questions dealt with the nature of the committee rather than the case itself. I heard a lot of words I'd never heard before, and I don't think anybody but the two of them understood most of it. What struck me most during this time was the rage in Kunosato's face. Her face was twisted into something terrible, and she would sometimes slam a fist down onto the desk as if she was trying to stop herself strangling Inoue. She must have really hated the committee. It seemed like it had something to do with what happened to her when she was in America, but I couldn't ask her anything. I could hear her working the computer over the speakerphone. It's no good. I'm not finding anything. Hey, Inoue? What? Is this everything you can tell me? Yes, Serika nodded. And what do you mean? You want me to take care of Miyashiro? That's right. I hadn't got the chance to ask. Serika said that at Freezer. Here's what I meant, Mia Kunosato. I want you to keep Takuru Miyashiro alive for as long as possible once this is done. What?
私はこれから佐久間の指定した場所へ行く。もちろん一人でだ。
Serika looked at me as she spoke. What?
あいつはお前を連れてこいと言っていたが、それに従う必要はない。私は必ずあいつと差し違える。だからお前は久里美代の手引きでこの町から逃げるんだ。
What?
なんで
Why?
お前はもう危ないことはしないんだろう。
No, that's not right.
なんでお前がそんなこと。
私の存在する理由がお前を。
Do you really think I'll take him? Kunosato's voice was cold, as if she thought that the whole thing was a bad joke.
受けてはくれないか。
You won't? Of course not. I'm here to take revenge on the committee, not to babysit Gigalomaniacs.
宮代拓郎を渋谷の外に連れ出せば、お前の望みが叶うかもしれないぞ。
What? Kunosato fell silent as if she was thinking of something. What was going on? What would happen if she took me out of Shibuya?
いいか、久里美代。佐久間は委員会の中枢へ入り込んでいきたいらしいが、そんなのはただの夢物語だ。結局、佐久間をどうしようと、お前の望む中枢にはたどり着け。お前が宮代拓郎を連れて逃げれば、話は別。
Chaos Child Syndrome, huh? I frowned when I saw Serika nod. Chaos Child Syndrome. That was the name of the PTSD symptoms that started appearing in children after the Shibuya earthquake. What did that have to do with anything?
それができるのはお前しかいない。委員会に対して知識を持ち、碧峰学園や青葉寮の特殊、なぜ能力者が渋谷に集まっているのか、それを理解している。どうだ、お前が復讐を望んでいる連中が向こうから現れるかもしれないぞ。
I didn't know what she meant. I could tell that Aramura was confused too. Albadom and Hekio Academy were special? And what was this about all the psychics being in Shibuya? So because that white light that created them? No. Wait, that's not right. That light was what created the psychics. That's what I'd learned from the information so far. But there's no reason for any of them to stay in Shibuya, is there? Wait a second, what are you talking about? Amira shouted towards the phone. Why are all the psychics other people like us in Shibuya? There was no answer, but I knew Kunosato heard her. Serika stared at the phone as if waiting for an answer. Was there a connection between the psychics and Chaos Child Syndrome? Are you certain about this? What? Keeping Miyashiro out of Shibuya is the key to keeping him alive.
佐久間を殺したところで、あいつに思考誘導をかけられた人間は正気に戻らない。であれば、逃がすしかないだろう。
Aramura, is she telling the truth? She should be, but what is this all about? What do you know? There was another silence. This time it was long enough that I thought she'd hung up. That means getting Aramura and Yamazoe out would more than likely make it more likely that I'd run into the committee as well.
好きにすればいい。宮代拓郎を連れて行ってくれ。
Wait. You two get your things together. Tell Yamazoe too. We asked Shunjo to help us. Suddenly she hung up.
どういうことだ
What's going on?
こっちが聞きたいですよ。
That's what I
ちょっ
want
と
to
行
know.
って
I'll be
きま
right
す。
back. Arima sounded irritated, as she ran down the stairs to go see Kunasato. I thought to myself as I watched her go. Was there still something I didn't know about the case?
知りたいか?
Do you want to know? Serika was looking at me, as if she was trying to test me. Again. She was reading my mind again. I...
危険なことはしないで。
Don't do anything dangerous. No, just do what you want. I turned away before the things in my mind turned into words. That's right. Anything else would mean betraying No-No. I glanced to the side and saw that Serika was still staring at me. Her expression was the same as ever. But she seemed the same as when I knocked her hand away at Frisia, sad, as if she'd dropped and broken some priceless treasure. November 6th, Friday. Next day. So now's the time to celebrate Shibuya, City Reborn. Everyone, the festival's begun. Thank you for your cooperation. November 6th, 2015, 9 AM. The second Shibuya Peace and Restoration Festival has begun. The people gathered in front of their Hikariwo, there we go, began to applaud when the mayor finished his speech. Then they started to split off to go see the concerts and stalls that they wanted to go see. Over 80% of the people were from outside Shibuya. Many were from Tokyo, but others had come all the way from outside the country to witness the celebration. There were easily more than 100,000 people in attendance. The first festival was held last year to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the reconstruction, and the whole ward had come out to celebrate. A similar event had been done a year after the disaster, but had been less of a festival and more of a memorial. The rebuilding work was proceeding at a feverish pitch, but at that point it was still too early to call it a city reborn. But last year, even though there were still areas that were covered in rubble, the 5th year anniversary and the prospects of the tax revenue that would come along with it were enough to get the government to hold a festival for the whole ward. Despite being only a one-day event, it had attracted over 80,000 people and worldwide attention. It was such a big success that for this year, the city had put even more effort into it. The concerts were bigger and there were more places to eat and drink. The main areas were centered around the oh my god, I can't say that when I'm trying to read in full flow. Hikariwo building, as well as Shibuya Cultural Hall, Shibuya 107 and Shibuya Sign City. All the main roads around the station were closed to any traffic that wasn't bringing in people or equipment to the festival. Bunkamura Street and Dogenzaki Street, Dongenzaka even Street, in particular were overflowing with performers and stalls. Should we do this spot next? The reporter with Tokyo NEX TV saw the cameraman nod and then looked at the scene in front of her. This whole thing was stupid, and she could tell she was getting tired. Centre Street, one of Shibuya's busiest shopping streets. This street had always had a lot of young people to begin with, and now with the festival it was covered with stalls to visit and filled with people of all ages. Fuck, I can't talk all of a sudden. There's too many people here. When she'd given the job of reporting on Shibuya Reconstruction Festival several months ago, she'd literally jumped for joy. The reason she was excited was for the vocalist for one of her favourite bands, Momone Takiyanagi, who was going to be performing on stage. Ever since she'd happened to hear Takiyanagi's voice at a concert hall, she'd been a fan, or perhaps a dedicated believer. She was willing to do whatever it took to get a camera to her performance at the Restoration Festival, so the whole world could see how wonderful she was. But why did she have to die? She'd been caught up in the return of the new generation madness and murdered. Now there was barely any point in covering the Restoration Festival anymore. But she still had to smile and obey when her boss told her to come here, and in the end, now I'm off chasing rumours? She wanted to believe that a big TV station would be better than this. What she was doing was a little better than rubbernecking. Oh, there they are, look. The cameraman pointed to a group of people wearing homemade t-shirts. The shirt had a white print background and a photo on the front and a big red question mark that covered the photo. They were all young, just like all the others she'd interviewed so far. She covered her annoyance with the same smile she used to deal with her obnoxious boss. Then she pushed through the crowd and got close to the group.
Konnichiwa.
Hello, what are you up to? Wow, are you from TV? What station? Who cares, she thought to herself, but she told him she was Tokyo NEX. This, look. He pulled on his t-shirt to show her. The photo in the centre was two fat male faces, the sumo sticker. So the TV's here is true, what they said on Twitter. What's that? She played dumb and acted surprised. She certainly couldn't tell them that she'd come here because of the rumour on Twitter. Especially one that was almost certainly a lie. There's rumours that Miyashiro going to kill himself right here. She knew about it. Before dawn it was supposed to happen in front of the big TVs, and a few hours ago it was next to the statue of Hachi in front of the station. By Miyashiro, do you mean Takuru Miyashiro, the fugitive? Yeah, I've got a picture. He started to fiddle with his smartphone, seemingly oblivious to the fact that she hadn't asked to see it. It was the same picture of Takuru Miyashiro that she was already sick of seeing, according to her bosses from his student notebook. What? How did you get this? You don't spend a lot of time on the internet, do you? Everybody's got it. We're totally going to get that reward. A reward. Come to think of it, there was a fake rumour about that going around. Did you make those t-shirts yourself? No way, we just bought them for 300 yen back there. Don't I look stupid? It's just a meme. And then they all started to laugh, though she didn't get the joke. She could feel herself getting more aggravated. She'd seen similar t-shirts and placards, and even some that were declaring Takuru Miyashiro a god and glorifying the sumo stickers. Some of them were being sold as part of a movement to get rid of the sumo stickers so people could focus on the festival, but most people were just wearing them to be part of the chaos. Of course, this is the first time she'd seen anyone who actually believed in the reward. What are your thoughts on Takuru Miyashiro? Total son of a bitch, he's a serial killer, right? And he's killed people from his own orphanage. What a sicko. Those weird Otaku guys say he's some kind of god, but they're just a bunch of creepy losers. I hate those assholes. She ignored most of what they were saying. There was no need to go any deeper. As long as she had the footage on her camera, that would be good enough. But everyone seemed to think that Takuru Miyashiro was the killer. At least, everyone who'd come to the festival to find him seemed to think so. And they were probably right. The official announcement just said that he was wanted person of interest, but if he wasn't the killer, they wouldn't have used his real name. And she'd also heard that they were, in fact, looking for him as a suspect, though she didn't know where the information had come from. Takuru Miyashiro, the killer behind the return of the new generation madness. She suddenly felt a rage building inside her. There was no way she could do what she originally set out to do. The angel with the heavenly voice was dead. But if there was one reason to participate in this festival... That's right. I don't care if they're just rumours. I'll find all the information on Miyashiro's whereabouts that I can, and make it easy for people like these to find him. If he wanted to kill himself in public, he was probably some kind of sick madman. If he pulled it off, even more idiots might start worshipping him, and that was probably just what he wanted. She wouldn't let that happen. That wouldn't atone for her murder at all. He deserved a miserable, painful death, preferably with people throwing rocks at him like an old historical drama. Hey, what's wrong? Oh. Only then did she realise that people in front of her had stopped talking. She said thank you and went to go find another person to interview. Alright, sorry, one last question. She suddenly stopped and asked the group one last question she thought before they disappeared into the crowd. Where are you from? Saitama, we came by bike. And then they laughed, but she still didn't get the joke. This time they turned around without thanking them and walked off into the busy street. She could tell her cameraman looked confused. He didn't seem to understand the meaning of her question. If they were from Saitama, that means they weren't from Shibuya, and from the look of it, they weren't victims of the disaster. People who had nothing to do with the Shibuya earthquake were here looking for Miyashiro. So were the victims of the earthquake she just interviewed a while ago, who were hoping that the Restoration Festival would be a success. And so were people from the grudge to bear against him like her. Come out, Miyashiro. Her thoughts were never going to be heard on TV, and the people nearby couldn't hear them either. But they were shared by the vast majority of people at the Restoration Festival. Whenever she saw someone wearing a sumo sticker on their clothes, she figured that they were after Miyashiro, and when she went to interview them, she found that she was right. But in fact, the news that Miyashiro was going to kill himself in front of the crowd had been playing on TV every hour since last night. And because of that, over 98% of the people at the Restoration Festival heard it. There was literally no safe place for him in the city. And that's the perfect place to end off. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like in the section below. If you want to see more of this, do subscribe to the channel, as I upload every day. Thank you for watching, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.